I was 16 when this happened, and even now I get nervous whenever I see a package sitting on my front porch that I wasn't expecting. It started during the middle of summer when school was out and I was spending most of my days at home. My parents both worked long hours, so I was usually alone until the evening. One afternoon, I opened the front door to grab a food delivery and noticed a small gift box sitting beside the welcome mat. It was wrapped neatly in blue paper with a silver ribbon. There was no shipping label, no address, and no note saying who it was from. At first, I thought maybe one of my friends had left it there as a joke. I brought it inside and opened it. Inside was a brand new keychain with my initials engraved on it. I was confused but not scared. It seemed harmless. I texted all my friends asking if they knew anything about it. Every single one said no. I shrugged it off and figured someone had delivered it to the wrong house. The next morning there was another gift waiting on the porch. This time it was a small box of my favorite candy. Again, no name, no note, nothing. The timing felt strange, but I still wasn't worried. Whoever it was seemed friendly. Over the next week, more gifts appeared. A gift card to my favorite coffee shop. A phone case in my favorite color. A book I had mentioned wanting months earlier. Each gift was more personal than the last. That's when the situation stopped feeling nice and started feeling wrong. Someone knew things about me they shouldn't have known. Things I rarely told anyone. One evening I decided to stay up late and watch the porch through the front window. I sat there for nearly 3 hours. Nothing happened. Eventually I gave up and went to bed. The next morning another gift was sitting outside. Somehow someone had delivered it without me seeing them. This time there was a note attached. My hands shook as I unfolded it. It contained only 4 words. "You looked tired yesterday." A chill ran through me. Whoever left the note knew I had been watching the window. They had seen me, but I hadn't seen them. I immediately checked outside, half expecting someone to be standing there. The street was empty. I told my parents, but they assumed it was just a secret admirer. My dad even joked that I should be flattered. I didn't feel flattered. I felt watched. A few days later I installed a cheap camera facing the porch. That night I checked the footage before bed. Nothing. The camera showed an empty porch for hours. Then at exactly 3:17 a.m. the screen suddenly filled with static. The interference lasted 20 seconds. When the image returned, a gift box was sitting on the porch. My heart nearly stopped. Nobody appeared on camera. The gift had simply appeared during the static. The next day I opened the box. Inside was a framed photograph of me sitting in my bedroom. I dropped it immediately. The photo had clearly been taken through my bedroom window. I called the police. An officer came by and took a report, but without evidence of a crime there wasn't much they could do. They suggested keeping my curtains closed and calling again if anything escalated. It escalated the very next day. Another gift appeared. Inside was a stack of printed photographs. Me walking home from school. Me eating lunch with friends. Me sitting in my backyard. Some of the photos looked like they had been taken from only a few feet away. At that point I was terrified. My parents finally understood how serious it was. We started checking locks every night and keeping the lights on outside. For 2 days no gifts appeared. I thought maybe whoever was doing it had gotten scared away. Then on the 3rd night our doorbell rang at 2 a.m. We all woke up immediately. My dad grabbed a flashlight and looked through the peephole. Nobody was there. He opened the door anyway. Sitting on the porch was a large black gift box. We called the police before touching it. Officers arrived and carefully opened it. Inside was a single note. Nothing else. Written in neat handwriting were the words, "You're getting closer." Nobody understood what it meant. The following afternoon police reviewed security footage from neighboring houses. What they found was disturbing. At 3:17 a.m. every night the same figure appeared walking down the street. The person wore dark clothing and kept their face hidden. But in every video there was something strange. The figure never approached our porch. They always disappeared behind the side of our house, out of camera view, and the gift would appear minutes later. Investigators searched the property and discovered something nobody expected. Hidden beneath an old wooden hatch behind our garage was a narrow underground crawl space that connected to an abandoned storm drain. Someone had been living there. Inside they found blankets, food wrappers, batteries, and hundreds of photographs of me covering the walls. But the person was gone. They had escaped before police arrived. The creepiest discovery was a calendar hanging on one wall. Every single day for the past 6 months had detailed notes about my routine. What time I left home. When my parents were away. What I wore. Everything. The gifts were never meant to be kind. They were proof. Proof that someone had been watching me for months without me knowing. The person was never identified and never caught. To this day, whenever an unexpected package appears on my porch, I don't open it right away. Because the last gift they left was never found. Investigators were certain there was supposed to be one more. And sometimes, late at night, I still wonder if it's waiting somewhere for me to discover it.